The year 2020 changed everything. What began as a health crisis soon became one of the most transformative moments in human history, not just in medicine, but in the way we work, connect, and understand the global economy. Overnight, cities grew quiet, offices went dark, and the hum of daily life shifted from streets and factories to screens and keyboards. The global economy, once defined by movement, came to a sudden stillness. But from that silence emerged adaptation, innovation, and a new era of work. At first, the shock was universal. Borders closed, flights halted, supply chains fractured. Factories that once ran 24 hours fell silent, while digital platforms surged to fill the gap. The physical world paused, but the digital one accelerated. Online marketplaces expanded faster than ever. Remote work turned from a luxury into a necessity. Entire corporations migrated to the cloud almost overnight, discovering that the future of business wasn't built in boardrooms, but in broadband. People learned to work from anywhere, from kitchen tables, small apartments, and quiet bedrooms turned offices. Meetings moved from conference halls to digital grids of faces glowing in tiny windows. The morning commute was replaced by a short walk to a laptop. The line between home and work blurred, and the global workforce entered an experiment that changed its rhythm forever. Productivity found new meaning, measured not by presence, but by results. Yet, the shift came with challenges. Isolation became a new kind of fatigue. Team spirit had to be built through screens, and leaders had to learn empathy through Wi-Fi. The lack of casual conversation changed corporate culture. Collaboration turned intentional. Communication turned written. And workplace trust had to be rebuilt in digital form. But from this came a quiet revolution. Flexible schedules, mental health awareness, and a deeper understanding of work-life balance. The global economy itself transformed. E-commerce surged as small businesses went online. Contactless payments, delivery systems, and automation became the backbone of the stay-at-home economy. Tech companies thrived while others adapted or faded. Education, entertainment, and healthcare all found new digital lives. The pandemic revealed both the fragility and resilience of globalization, showing how deeply interconnected every nation and industry truly is. Meanwhile, cities evolved. Empty office towers gave way to co-working hubs and hybrid schedules. The concept of place changed. Home became headquarters, and the cloud became the new office space. Startups born during lockdowns introduced tools that would redefine teamwork for decades to come. The digital workforce broke borders. A designer in Nairobi could work for a company in New York, and a teacher in India could reach students in Europe. The world's labor market became borderless and time zone free. Economically, nations learned hard lessons in resilience. Governments created stimulus plans, digital infrastructure expanded, and industries that once resisted automation now embraced it. Artificial intelligence and robotics filled gaps in logistics and production. The balance between human creativity and machine efficiency grew more critical than ever. But beyond numbers and policy, the greatest change was cultural. Work became more human. People began to ask deeper questions, not just how do we work, but why do we work? The race for productivity turned toward purpose. Family, health, and sustainability found new importance. Corporate leaders began to redefine success around well-being, inclusion, and adaptability. The era of constant hustle gave way, slowly, to the era of meaningful work. And yet, as the world recovered, not everything returned to what it was. The office became optional. Digital meetings remained part of life. Hybrid work became a norm across industries. The global economy grew more digital, more decentralized, and in many ways more democratized. Skills became more valuable than location. Innovation became faster than tradition. The pandemic reshaped not only the way people earn, but the way they think. It proved that the global economy could change overnight and that humanity could adapt just as quickly. It taught that connection isn't limited by space, that resilience can be born from isolation, and that progress often hides in crisis. The story of how COVID-19 changed the global economy and work culture is not just about loss. It's about reinvention, a story of how humanity paused, reflected, and rewired itself for a new era. The age of remote work, digital collaboration, and flexible living is not a temporary shift. It is the foundation of the future.